Well, he knows it. Why did he do it? It's not like his first time eating this. He knows it helps. Why doesn't he do what he suggests? What is wrong with this guy? He knows the answer and can't even do it. Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing Greg O'Gallagher. He's a famous YouTuber with like 500,000 followers, pretty ripped up, and he's on a diet, and in his video, he explains what his full day of eating is to get to 5% body fat. That's the title of his video. Okay, so let's watch this video and critique his diet and see if it's a good diet, bad diet, what do I think, and analyze all of that.
We're getting to that condition, but even a bit bigger.
Okay, so his goal is to get leaner than he was in the 2016 video where he was in the 5 to 5.5% range. So he says, based on a DEXA scan, which is inaccurate. Whatever. So he says, most people need to get leaner than they think in order to reach their goals. 100% agree with this guy. Everyone seems to think they lose 20 pounds, they're gonna be ripped. It's more like 40. If you think you have 10 pounds before you're shredded, you got 20. If you got 50 pounds to lose, it's probably 100. So he is bang on in this regards. So he says, you need to get chiseled, shrizzled. He uses different words. I say shripped, shredded, ripped. To get shripped, you need to be mind-blowing shredded. Way leaner than you thought possible. Way leaner than anyone would ever want to be, really, in the real world. The kind of condition that you're on the beach and people start staring at you, not really because you look good, but because you look like a freak. You're so shredded it doesn't even look normal, okay? It's a good look for some. I like that look. Not for everyone. It's an extreme low body fat level that's not really healthy, okay? So this is not about health modeling and being a fitness model. It's not about being healthy. Healthy is like 15% body fat for a man and like 20-some% for a girl. We're talking about being shripped. He says if you're like 12% body fat and you think, yeah, I should add muscle to look better. No, he says try to get to 7 or 8% body fat, then build muscle. So that's really what I say to people. Get to the body fat percent that you want to look your best, that's comfortable for you, that you can maintain, and then train and build from there. So you get your diet on point, maybe you get leaner, whatever that percent is for you. It might be 7, it might be 12, whatever. Get to that point and then slowly add muscle. So that's basically what he's saying. So far we agree on everything. All right, he then goes on to say, Brad Pitt was shredded in that one where he was fighting against himself. And he looked amazing. And it's not because he had big muscles, he was scrawny. But because he was so lean, he had a look that people liked. Similar to Zac Efron. Not Jack like The Rock, but because of the conditioning being so lean. Like Zac was sub 6%. Shredded. Way leaner than Greg O'Gallagher. When you're shredded like that, everything looks so impressive. Then he gets into some kind of red light thing to increase his testosterone. So let's say he's not natty because he uses red light on himself and he's like, depending on where it shines on you, your test goes up by 200 or 300%. Even if it did, which it doesn't, it's going to be short-term, short-lived, and make a zero difference on how much body fat you're actually going to have, how much muscle you're going to build. Testosterone boost for a few minutes is not conducive to building an exactly huge jack type of physique. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Then in 1:45, he's flexing, showing how he's pretty damn lean, saying he's only about a pound away from being as lean as he's ever been, which was like at that 5.5% zone. So he thinks in his mind he's 6%, but he's been brainwashed by DEXA scan, who he thinks is maybe 1, but maybe 2% off in some people. It's off by 4% in tons of people. DJ Metcalf, it had him at 1.6% body fat. He was actually about 7. Impossible to be 1.6. He would be dead. He also says it usually overestimates body fat. Not according to this. If he's at 6, then I'm at 1. Because there's no way he's that lean. He's not, he looks good, but he doesn't look like he's ready to step on stage and win a physique contest. And DJ Metcalf, if it overestimated 1.6%, he'd be negative percent. Not possible. So he says he needs to lose 1 more pound of fat, I think. He should take his own advice and double it. Whatever amount of fat you think you need to look like to get to your goal, at least double it. He needs to lose at least 5 pounds of pure fat to get shredded. He does. He's talking about how his face gets leaner at a certain point. And yeah, because you're not lean enough. When you get ripped, your face changes. You're going to have no body fat on your face. You're going to get a chisel face. He can lose way more fat. Trust me, he just can. Okay, meal 1. Coffee. 5 gummy worm vitamins that are his prediction, 30 calories. And like a scoop of like creatine mixed with, I don't even know what's in there. Whatever. Supplements. Okay, so let's chuck up his breakfast at being 50 calories. So what do I think about that? Well, it's very low calories. I think he should add some protein to this meal 1. I don't think that it's ideal, and he's certainly leaving some muscle gains at the table by just having a few amino acids, which he doesn't even add the calories to. He just doesn't. He must think that amino acids are made out of air and don't contain calories. If it's helping build muscle, it has amino acids. Amino acids are part of protein. They have calories. So he doesn't even know that he's eating more calories than he thinks, okay? So that's his meal 1. I'm not a fan. I think he should eat some protein. I just do. I know that he would build more muscle, especially he's natural and he's fasting. I mean, that doesn't make sense logically to think that it's a better idea to just skip meals and what have you. Okay. He breaks his fast, although he already did, because breakfast is breaking a fast. That's how it's literally named, by eating, I don't know, I'm going to say 70 calories of breakfast, which is, you know, we just went over that. His next meal. Do you think it's healthy? Well, he's fasting. He's Mr. Health. Kinobody Greg O'Gallagher. It's a 230 calorie Rice Krispie bar. Come on. What kind of health promotion is this? So he breaks his fast with a sugar-filled, fat-filled, I mean, mind you, delicious dessert. So that's why he's selling you these programs. You want to eat like shit, and you want a way to do it, and you want a famous, good-looking guy to copy, and so that you can justify it in yourself that that's a good diet. Because, hey, it worked for me, look at me. So it'll work for you. It makes no sense, okay? This is horrible.
Oh my god, Eden has marshmallows. 230 calories, 4 p.m. This fucking shit tastes good.
So it's 4 p.m. when he eats this 230 calorie marshmallow-filled Rice Krispie square. It's 4 o'clock and he's had 300 calories to this point. It makes no sense. Then he adds, after this dessert, collagen protein. There's nothing wrong with that. Good for him. That's great. So I'm happy that he's added a scoop of collagen protein to get some protein in there, because you're not building muscle on just sugar and fat. That's all he's eaten today so far. So he's got a little bit of protein. If I were him, I'd add 2 scoops of that collagen protein for breakfast, and then have another 2 scoops now, and he would make more gains. I don't know why he's leaving his gains at the table on purpose to save, what, 150, 200 calories from collagen protein, which he says is very filling, which is amazing. Filling foods, low-calorie dense foods, are what I suggest to diet. I would suggest, why not make protein ice cream with it? You know, you could use this collagen protein, which is very thick, very filling. Use some ice, blend it up, maybe add a strawberry. Oh, fructose. I hope he's not one of those people that worries about fruit. I think Greg O'Gallagher is a fruit supporter. Good for him. Okay. That has no, what's the word? Connotations? Hidden meanings? I don't know. There's a word for when you say something and it sounds like it could be something else in terms of the fruit. I'm not homophobic, zero homophobic, so good for him for liking fruit. He says, It's crazy how I can fast all day and then have a Rice Krispie square at 4 and a scoop of collagen and be full. Yeah, it is crazy. And that's why all you guys that copy his diet are not going to be successful, because you're not going to be full like he is. You can't get up, not eat for 8 hours and have a Rice Krispie square and be full. If I skip 8 hours of food and eat a Rice Krispie square, I'm going to say, how many more boxes of Rice Krispie squares do you have? I want them all now in my belly. It is a horrible diet. This is the worst diet I've seen in a long time. Okay, he then shows his workout, which looks like it was made for some guy in a hotel room that's on vacation. That was pussy training. That was horrible. Man, this guy has good genetics, I tell you. Because to do everything wrong and to look as good as he does, that is great genetics. If you took a guy like this, and if he ate right and trained hard and stayed natty, because I 100% believe he's a 100% natural. So, you know, you can't take anything away from him. It's not like he's not jacked. If he took enhancements, he would get way bigger, of course. But he would also need to eat better and train harder. But even without it, he would still improve. But if you take his natural genetics and make him train hard and work hard, he'll develop a way better physique. Me and him traded bodies, and I was natural, and I ate for him, he would be way better. If he jumped in my body, took all the same performance enhancers that I did, trained the way he does, I would be a shrimp. I'm already small enough. I would be amateur, and I would be decent amateur. No way would I have a pro card training like this guy and eating like this guy. It just doesn't make sense. His next meal at 7 o'clock is a quadruple steak chipotle with a bunch of cheese on it, okay? So I'm looking at his meal right now. So he says it was about 1,200 calories. Looking at that, I would never eat that. I wouldn't even want it on a cheat meal. It didn't look filling. It didn't look good. It didn't look tasty. For 1,200 calories, guys, that could have been 2 meals. Instead of skipping all these meals, he ate hardly breakfast, then no lunch, skips it, has a dessert. That meal at 7 o'clock, he could have had half of it, had it at 12 and the other half at supper, and then added more vegetables for being full. So he could have had the same amount of protein and the same amount of portion size, because he's all like, I need to eat this really big meal to fill me up, and I get to do this on my diet special. Meanwhile, he could be eating the same size meal twice with the same calories in it, literally eating an extra entire meal for the same calories. So why condense all your calories into one little tiny meal and think it's better than eating more often? It makes no sense. So he says, I'm not even that full from the meal I just had, even though it was quadruple steak. I should add guacamole because that keeps me full longer. And it's got healthy fats. Well, he knows it. Why did he do it? It's not like his first time eating this. He knows it helps. Why doesn't he do what he suggests? What is wrong with this guy? He knows the answer and can't even do it. Then he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to have next. Let's see. Whatever. His plan, his next meal, because he's already starving. So how did his diet work if he's already hungry, eating the way he just described it? He could have eaten what I said. He's going to have 500 calories worth of potato wedges. So he's going to make homemade potatoes, you know, put a bit of oil on it and have 500 calories worth of that. And that'll put up his calories to 2,000. So next, his friend or somebody comes over and they have a glass of wine. He didn't have to have the wine. Why did he have a Diet Coke? I don't get it. So he has this wine. He's trying to diet. He has a glass of wine. Whatever. It's his calories. It's his body. But I mean, does this diet make sense to you at all? At all? Even in the slightest? Now, he allows you to put salt on your potato wedges. I need ketchup. I would have wanted some low-fat ketchup. Low-calorie, no sugar added ketchup. Heinz. It's worth... The potato wedges look good, but plain. It's not... His diet isn't that... My diet's better than this taste-wise, and he's claiming how great it is he can do. I eat more calories and more delicious food on my diet, and I don't even claim my diet is like, you know, Mr. Perfect diet. It's not like the healthy, it's not broccoli, tilapia, and fish all the time. No, my diet, you know, it has French toast, it has protein ice cream, it has popcorn, it has wraps. It's as good as his diet or better. I have healthy ice cream bars, like homemade protein bars and stuff. He's saying he's going to have a Magnum 250 calorie ice cream bar before bed. Where is the health on this guy's diet? The only protein he had was a scoop of, and the battery died. So the only protein he's had is a scoop of collagen protein, a quadruple steak chipotle, and that's it. 2 meals with protein in the day, separated 3 hours apart. What else did he have? A glass of wine, a Magnum ice cream bar, and gummy worm vitamins, and a freaking marshmallow Rice Krispie square. Look, guys, this is how you lose weight. You're in a calorie deficit. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or not. You're going to lose weight. What does matter is if you eat stupid food, your body isn't going to build as much muscle as if you eat properly. Sure, you can get shredded. You can get a 6-pack of abs, and I watched another video and he's all like, you know, your height in centimeters minus 100, that's how many kilograms. That's the most you can weigh at 5 or 6% body fat.
In fact, Martin Burkhan of Lean Gains, he had a really good calculation that I haven't seen anything be more dead on than his calculation. And that's taking your height in centimeters. I'm 178, I'm 5'10", that's 178 centimeters. Subtracting 100, okay, so I have 78 now. That's your weight in kilos. And that's the biggest you can be at 5 to 6%.
I did the math out. The most I can weigh natural is 150. 150 pounds is what I weighed when I was in my early 20s competing. I was 169 pounds when I won the drug-tested nationals, and I became in the 170s. Then I took enhancements and got a lot bigger. 150, yeah, if I eat stupid like this, skipping meals all the time, gummy worms for vitamins, and that's it for breakfast with a coffee, and eating chocolate bars and desserts for before bed, and a dessert to break my fast, protein 1 or 2 meals a day, yeah, I'd only be 150. That's it, because I'm limiting my friggin' genetics to being influenced by environmental factors. Environmental factors are huge. We have our genetics and we have the environment. You can't change your genetics. That's from your parents. Pick your better parents. Choose your parents wisely. But you can affect your environment. Environmental factors would be training and diet and sleep and proper spacing of meals, these kind of things. If you do that, a lot of people can get past these stupid charts that predict how much muscle you can have in your fat-free mass index. You can't be natural because it's over 25. He's clueless, guys. He just is in a calorie deficit. He's eating 2,300 calories a day on average. He says he's walking 10,000 steps, and he trains, and he's young. I'm sorry, if all I ate was ice cream sandwiches and blizzards and pizza, and I only ate 2,000 calories, of course I'd be shredded. Wouldn't have as much muscle, wouldn't feel as good, wouldn't look as good, but I'd certainly have a 6-pack. And then hey guys, selling my program, eat only ice cream, blizzards, and pizza all day long. And oh yeah, here's your money. I get to eat that? Yeah, what do? Don't eat all day. At 4 o'clock, eat an ice cream bar. Before bed, eat an ice cream bar. And then eat 2 or 3 slices of pizza in between. Oh, it worked. It's such a great diet. I can eat whatever I want. Yeah, if whatever you want is 1 meal a day with 2 little tiny snacks and gummy worms for breakfast, if that's what you want, you get to eat whatever you want. But what if you want to eat 4 meals a day, 5 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and supper, 3 meals a day and a snack? You don't get to do it because the diet, it sucks. It's horrible. So he added up his calories, said it was 2,200. It was probably 2,500. He doesn't know how to add calories in food. That's fine. Most people don't. 95% don't. He said he's in a like 500 calorie deficit. He probably is. He's young. Guess what? This guy's genetics are to be lean. This guy doesn't have hunger genetics. He's not a naturally hungry guy. He can eat low calories, skip meals, and he's cool. If you're a normal guy, you can't do this. You're going to be hungry. You need to eat low-calorie dense foods. You need filling foods. You need a lot of vegetables. You need to eat to be satiated. It's not going to happen on this diet. If you can follow this diet, it's because you have extreme willpower. Period. Your genetics are awesome. You have extreme willpower and you follow the diet. Any diet that's in a deficit will cause you to get ripped. His diet is no different. It's nothing special. It's in fact moronic. I mean, for example, for before bed, a peanut butter ice cream peanut butter bar. What happened to giving your body some protein before bed? he doesn't care about increasing protein synthesis. He doesn't care about having amino acids readily available all night to build and repair his muscle tissue that he damaged during his training. He doesn't care about that. Why not, instead of the the ice cream bar, have a protein bar, a homemade Score protein bar. My protein bar tastes almost as good as his ice cream Magnum bar, but has 23 grams of protein and less calories. Who do you think is going to build more muscle? The guy eating an ice cream bar or the guy eating protein in a bar? It's simple. Who do you think is going to build more muscle? The guy eating gummy bear vitamins and creatine for breakfast or the guy eating French toast or eggs? Who do you think is going to be more muscle? The guy who then fasts for 8 hours after breakfast of eating 50-calorie coffee? Or the guy that eats lunch and eats a meal at lunch with protein in it? Versus he eats a meal at 7 o'clock that's very high in calories, and then he's still hungry after. Why not split that into 2 meals and eat half of it at lunch, add a bunch of vegetables, eat the other half at supper, add a bunch of vegetables, have about the same calories, and spread out your protein, increase protein synthesis? Who do you think? Who do you think is the better dieter here? What makes more sense? Breaking your fast with a marshmallow freaking Rice Krispie bar? Or breaking your fast with, say, whey protein or a shake or something? I mean, instead of that, why didn't he just have a protein bar, homemade Score protein bar, break his fast at 4? There are so many small changes that could be made better. Like his meal. He even said himself, guacamole makes him more full. Why doesn't he have guacamole in his meal? It makes no sense. So, I'm going to end it here. Subscribe, press the bell button, watch one of these 2 videos, subscribe, the bell button. You're going to want to watch more of these videos. Just do it now. Press the button. Subscribe. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro on Instagram. Check me out. Follow me out. Message me for coaching. And until next time, I am out.